Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the lands on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Okay, I've had my gnaw on the humble pie. Let's get started with this new energy, and boy do I feel invigorated. Okay, entertainment only. Love your comments. Keep them coming. I'm still working my way through them. Couple of trolls popping up now and then. Just ignore them. I'll deal with them when I come across them. Okay, what I want to have a look at is Joe Biden. I think this is why most of us readers, just about every reader I read, was saying, yes, Joe would still be president after the election, blah, 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 blah. Yes, he will. He'll be president for at least another 6 weeks after the election, 7 weeks, something about along those lines. So he's actually still going to be president for the next 6 months. Now, when I did the reading last week, one thing that I really got told was that Joe was going to come out swinging after the weekend just gone. What's happening now is now that he isn't running for president, with all the beautiful immunities that have been put in place by SCOTUS, when he can make official decisions and declarations and presidential whatevers they are, when he says this is what's happening and signs it off without bothering with Congress, I really do feel like he's going to unleash the dogs. So I'm going to have a look using my Gilded Tarot Royale. What's President Biden going to get up to in the next nearly 6 months? Now, I did have that he was going to. I offered a job. I did wonder whether it was the VP. Yes, you are right. I don't think it's going to be the VP. He offered it as a courtesy, but it's just going to get rejected straight up by him. What I'm really getting, and I'll have a look at the VP options in another reading, really getting is he's just going to be able to pick and choose. There'll be a range of options put on the table, even possibly creating a new position as senior advisor to the president or something along those lines, just something where he can, his vast wealth of knowledge and ability, maybe to do with foreign diplomacy. He'll have his pick and choose of what he wants to do at his pace. Okay, but let's have a look. We've got 6 months. And now I've got, if I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my notes. And the notes are just crazy. It's going to get wild, the lead up to the election already. He's going to bring about some really serious, authentic reform now that the restrictions have been lifted. Already the GOP are attacking Harris for the usual Bertha. They're saying, they can't swap from Biden to Harris. Well, they can, because he's not the official nominated elected candidate. So he was just the presumptive. So yeah, there's no hassles there at all. So Johnson is basically talking through his backside. And then Trump's got on Untruth Social. Oh my goodness, I've posted a link on my community page to a newspaper article about it, demanding that the RNC be refunded the money that they spent on the anti-Biden campaign now that Biden's pulled out. Who exactly is he wanting to refund it? I mean, nobody made them make anti-Biden campaign ads, etc. So, perhaps if they actually had policy and made ads about positively selling their policies, they wouldn't be in this pickle. So I just really, let's give them a silver runner-up gold star, a silver runner-up star for creativity. Okay, and I am going to put it out there as we go into the election time, it is going to get wild. The GOP are going to get desperate. They've now ended up with the old dothery dithery dude against the vibrant young energy. I can highly recommend that you subscribe. Each morning when you get up, watch Beau of the Fifth Column, Beau of the Fifth Column. pour some sanity in your day. He's my morning coffee go-to. And I do love that I've put on my notes here that and one of my beautiful viewers mentioned that Kamala's, she says it's pronounced like Momala, and that's what her stepchildren call her, and they absolutely adore her, Momala. And I thought, yeah, we're going from Grandpa Joe to Momala. So we're going from the grandpa who was very stable and secure and safe to the ferocious and dynamic mum energy, or mom energy, as you'd say in the US. We say mum, you say mom. Okay, I love it. Momala, from Grandpa Joe to Momala. We'll take that. Thank you very much. So, what I want to have a look is, hooey, using my Gilded Tarot Royale, what is Joe? What is Joe Biden going to do in the next 6 months? Woohoo! He's in the kingpin position. Absolutely. And there's some stuff he's going to roll through. This is very much with the Chariot card. Like all cards, it has a lot of meanings. All cards have a lot of meanings. But he's now in control of the purse strings. If he decides that it's a presidential that he can sign in, then he can sign it in. And this is very much with this chariot. It can be confusion, it can or chaos. It can be as the horses try and pull in different directions. It can be moving forward. But in this particular deck, because these two sphinxes are made of stone, it's more like steamrolling forward. So I really do feel that he's going to steamroll some things forward that will benefit the average US citizen. And I'm talking about he may just decide in one swipe to dissolve all student debt and change the structure of how that debt is obtained. I'm going to give an example because in the US, the student debt is controlled by private entities that are there to make a profit. In Australia, yes, we have student debt as well, although our universities and our higher education are highly subsidised by the government. There is still a token debt that our students have to undertake. The debt is owned by the government and it is charged interest of the rate of inflation, and it's recently been changed. The rate of inflation or the rate of wage increase, whichever is the lesser. So therefore, if the rate of inflation is 0.1%, they get charged 0.1%. This is annually. So therefore, we don't seem to end up, unless you're a career student, don't seem to end up with the excessive student debt that they seem to have in the US. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. What is Joe? What is Joe planning? I'm going to give a little example in Australia. My daughter, she's in her 4th year of her biomedical sciences degree. She'll come out at the end of it. By working part-time, she's already saved all the money. She will have a student debt, 4 years, biomedical sciences, of about $20,000. And she's already got that sitting in a term deposit in the bank to pay it out as soon as she finishes university. So I don't know what a biomedical sciences degree costs in the US, but I'm just using that as an example. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. What is Joe going to get up to over the next 6 months? Woohoo! What is Joe? Now, he's not going to do anything too contentious because he doesn't want to, thank you, he doesn't want to undermine Kamala's run for office. Doesn't want to put anybody offside. Well, he might put a few offside, but I really feel the 25% capital gains tax that he had proposed for properties worth more than $100 million That's going to be put back in the box. He's not going to do anything that the GOP can turn against the Democratic Party is what I'm really getting. That one's going back in the box, but I am expecting some really dramatic tax reform in the next couple of years that will shift the at the moment, the burden of taxes on the lower and middle income earners. It's going to shift the burden of tax. But let's have a look. So what's Joe going to get up to over the next 6 months? Okay, you want that one. What's Joe going to get up to over the next 6 months? What's Joe going to implement? Joe Biden. Now that he's unshackled, what's Joe Biden going to get up to over the next 6 months? What's Joe Biden going to get up to next 6 months? You want that one on the top. Okay. You want me to stop? Okay, thank you. Right, okay. Okay, right. This was the first card that came out, the Ten of Wands. He's got a lot of plans that he wants to implement that's been an uphill. This is the here and now. He's got so much reform and plans that he wants to implement that it's been an uphill battle. Now, I am wondering whether what Mike Johnson's got sitting on his table that Mike Johnson has refused to bring to the floor. If you remember when Barack Obama was president, Mitch McConnell would brag about what did he have, 700 bills that had passed the Dems House, but he was holding back from bringing to the Senate. And if he didn't bring them to the floor, then they didn't get voted on. So this feels very much like he's not done yet. He's got a lot that he wants to get through. It's been a slog, but it's also Ten of Wands, so end of cycle. Challenged by what is being disappointing for him. So there may be some that he gets through, but I'm feeling that there are some policies that he's just going to, as I said, put back he's going to let go of, going to put back in the box. And he's going to concentrate on some key policies that he wants to get through. Maybe things that are emotional to the average American. And when I'm talking about emotional, I'm talking about potentially reproductive rights. I'm talking about student debt. I'm talking about housing. I'm talking about access to healthcare, social security, etc. So there are some policies that he would have liked to have achieved, but he's going to have to let them go. Okay, the foundation here, a lot of skilled work going on behind the scenes, absolutely. So packages being put together is what I'm getting out of that. And in the past, here it is. He is, once the DNC nomination goes through and there is a candidate, which I believe will be Kamala because she has how do you put it? I was going to say the blessing, but that's not quite the right word. The numbers have already come out and said that they will support her for her to get the nomination. There may be a couple of challenges, but they will be minor. This is very much about a need for unity. So this is in the past in regards to once the DNC is over and done with. I'll have a look at that in the next couple of days because that's coming up mid-August. But yeah, he will be in a position where he can actually bring forth a new start. It's in the past, but this is the what's in the past is the bringing forward of this. Now I'm looking at the pentacles here, what was under there, the wands, the plans, the emotions of the challenges, what to let go and what to actually stand by. Crowning this reading, the High Priestess. I like this. This is the hidden agenda. So there is work going on behind the scenes at the moment in regards to a not yet revealed agenda of what Biden wants to achieve before he steps down from office. And being the high priestess, she's very much she's very spiritual, but she also embodies the feminine energy of compassion and community and empathy. The star in the immediate future, the star of healing, the star of balance, the rising star, the star of dreams. This is beautiful energy going forward. These are going to, whatever he's going to do, he's going to concentrate on a couple of key issues, is what I'm getting, that are really important to the average American. And I'm talking about not those that are on the extreme at one end or the extreme at the other, but the majority in the middle. Okay, externally, packing up the truth and moving forward to calmer waters. So this is externally. This is him bringing forth, I'm going to say, bringing forth these policies, these truths before he moves on. And internally, plans that he wants to bring to fruition, the ships that he wants to bring into port. Maybe 3 particular policies, perhaps. I don't think he's going to touch the reproductive rights. I'm not feeling he will. I think he's going to let that play out so that it can go through Congress and be signed into law. But if he deflates that the reproductive rights, it then deflates the argument against the GOP to a degree, but it's also something then that can be overturned when the next president comes in. And he wants reproductive rights to be incredibly solid and secure and safe. So this very well may be student loan debt. SCOTUS may be a huge one on his agenda here. Increasing the SCOTUS or increasing the numbers on the SCOTUS or bringing in the SCOTUS reform, which he was talking about, and something else as well. So I'm not sure what that is. We'll see what it is. Okay. Hopes and fears. The independent woman, those that feather their nests. This could be the donors, the hopes and fears, the mega donors perhaps, not listening to public opinion, but the outcome, an array of choices. So he'll need to choose wisely. There will be an array of things that he could implement. He may have these donors or whoever these are, perhaps this is the independent women demanding that he takes action. He will have an array of choices of things that he can take action on, but he needs to be very select in what he does choose. He can't allow himself to get caught up in the smoke and mirrors, the confusion of it, but he also can't allow whatever choices he's making to detract from Kamala's campaign run. Here we've got the government and wielding his sword. So yeah, I do feel he's going to bring forth some really powerful changes. He will face some restrictions. So we've got the lovers, the partnership, handing the baton, the new beginning. He will find some restriction in what he can do, again, because he doesn't want to undermine the Democratic campaign. But he is going to, in his own small way, wield this sword in regards to some monetary decisions where he's going to behind the scenes build, bring forward again, very possibly 3 financial or 3 opportunity or 3 healing or a combination, one of each, or however it goes, 3 key, uh, key 3 key programs or laws or whatever you like to call it. I get the feeling it's going to be 3. He's going to be forced to let go of some. He's going to have to tread carefully not to overshadow. I feel he's going to bring forward 3 key reforms. That was the word that was asked after. That he's going to write into law at the moment, and that will be really positive for the average voter. Okay, love to you all. I'm going to have a look at the VP options in a minute and we'll see how those go. Love to you. Take care.